Good morning, everyone. How's everyone this morning? Good morning, MT. Good morning, Adam. And to answer your question, no, EV classes are done. No more of those for a little bit. Hopefully the audio is coming through. Looks good on OBS, but sometimes it looks good and it still isn't working. Get in there. Nice. Well, welcome to the stream. I need to find the socket that was on here, or else I'm going to lose it forever. Oh, here. There we go. That's my combo for the did you say you take all your videos off YouTube? Why do you take them off YouTube? Did you move them somewhere? The 100 millimeter spanner, that's huge. 100 mil, it's like that big. Why'd you take your videos off YouTube? Did you find like a different place for them? Oh, the vanishing 10 mil. Gotcha. I'm going to keep my bits nearby because we're probably going to use them. We're going to be keeping on working on the drone. But I did get a couple of things in the mail. So first and foremost, this thing came in from Mr. DIY. Found my site host is now unlimited. Oh, okay. Good for you. So this is a OBD2. So there's the OBD2 connector. So that's vehicle diagnostics port to ESP32. So that's going to be fun to play with. We'll be able to interpret OBD2 things. So that's from Mr. DIY. He's a YouTuber, but it turns out he is Canadian. He's actually in Ottawa. So there you go. If you need to grab that, store.mrdiy.ca. He actually sent this one free of charge. I paid for shipping, but yeah, he sent it. Next thing is we got the FreeSky receiver to go with my controller. So this is what I was needing for this. I might have to 3D print something though to hold it in position. So I thought my transmitter, my video transmitter, would go here, back here. Turns out the video transmitter should fit in the middle. An Ottawan. Yeah, I live in Ottawa. I did ask, first of all, I contacted him and I asked if I could buy it and come pick it up locally. And I also said it'd be nice if he'd want to do a podcast. That'd be great. He said he doesn't do podcasts. And instead of picking it up locally, he said, here, just take this coupon for 100% off your order. I was like, that's really nice of you, you know, and then I took him up on it. So I just paid shipping, which is a lot cheaper. It was only like $5 or something. But yeah, I would have driven to go pick it up if he would let me, but I respect his privacy, so yeah. Oh, 13C fishing day. So fishing is closed here for the season. We have some, like a refractory period to let the fish breed and stuff. No fishing while the fish are breeding. So yeah, no fishing here until I think I wrote down in my phone. Let me see. I think it's second week of May. Second or third week of May, pike and walleye open up. Like I can fish, but I can fish for like catfish and panfish and stuff like that. And catfish are really not that active in the cold, so it would be a little difficult for me to catch them right now, even if I wanted to. So there's that. Let me get the VTX. I want to see if the stack actually does work the way I think it does. Let's see. So here is the flight controller. And here is the stack. Now I may need to 3D print parts for this because there is a bracket that goes in the back here to hook the antenna on. Final temp. Like today? Is it going to go up to 26? That is crazy. I am jealous. Not envious, literally jealous. And 4. By the way, I just want to get this out of the way for those of you who watched the beginning of the stream. My program at the college has been canceled. This is the second or third year in a row now that the program doesn't go ahead. So, money's going to be a little bit tighter this year. So planned purchases are not going ahead. So yeah, that just is what it is at this point. Getting pretty used to the disappointment at this point. So yeah, working much fewer hours this year again. Don't need any, not asking for any donations or anything. Like that side, I'm good. I just can't. I need to stop the YouTube spending. That's all. Yeah, you've been moving stuff to the website. I need to do work on my website too. Seems like this year I'll have time to do it if I'm not out fishing every day. Who's the new president? Mark Carney. So that would be Prime Minister. And Mark Carney is he was president of the Bank of Canada for a while and the Bank of England for a while as well. That's who the new PM is. It's promising though, because he's the thing is Canada's in a little bit of a economic weird place with the businesses price gouging and stuff, and he is a finance guy, so hopefully it'll go well. All right, so this goes on there. Now, do I have enough length out of these screws? I think I might. If I tighten down a little bit. He was also, did I say, he was president of the Bank of England as well for a while. Okay, so this should fit on top there. The only thing is it's not, these bolts may need to be a little bit longer, or I need to just smush them down a bit. So that won't fit like that. So it looks like the bolt spacing is correct, but I don't think I'll be able to smush this down enough to fit. I may need longer bolts. But that does seem like it'll fit there. And then, so camera will connect from the front. And then this antenna lead should go like this. And then come backwards. It's not very flexible. I might need a new one of these. Because my problem is this guy needs to fit in there too. And the only place I've really seen to fit it will be like in here. Oh God, maybe not even. So this is a problem because this thing is huge. The X8R. Because like where else will this go? Battery's on top. So that won't work. You go sideways, but then you get into the rotor wash. So my problem is that if that doesn't work, I'm kind of out of options. I will have to swap to ELRS, and that involves another, I don't know, $150, $200 investment. Not ideal. So this, I mean, I can fit the VTX here, but then I have to run the camera all the way across. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's see. Screen. Okay, that doesn't help. So that I might need. Running an ancient Spectrum DX6. Spectrum used to be the bomb, huh? Let's see. Yeah, footage, good. Oh. So he's got it on the stack. And he's got an ELRS receiver. Shit. That's integrated. That's a flight controller and a VTX in one. That is not good for me. You can see he's only got 2 in the stack. Well, I guess I'm just gonna deal with it. That double sucks because I thought I was going to be flying this soon, but if I have to order ELRS because this thing is too big, because like I could put the transmitter. How much more length do it? I have a little bit more length to the stack. What's the top frame look like? So this is the top frame. So I can't mount anything to the top frame. There's no space for it. God, these parts are such high quality. It's incredible. So there's no mounting spots on the top frame. Like at worst, I can stick this like here off the edge. Like that is going to be tight. So that'll be sitting like that. I can mount this back here. But like the battery has to go here. I'm really thinking I should have bought the 10-inch version. But now it's too late because I would have to spend about $100. So look, either way I'm kind of screwed because it's either I spend $100, get the 10-inch frame and the 3115 motors. So that's about $100 all in. And then reuse these electronics, and then I'll have more space for this. Or I spend a couple $100 on a transmitter and an ELRS transmitter and receiver. Because this won't work. It's just way too big. Let me see what I have in my ZMR. Because if I'm not mistaken, this thing runs... I got a receiver up there. I don't know if it does S-Bus. I don't even know what receiver it is at this point. V8RN2. V8RN2. Let me see here. V8RN2 receiver. Whoops. That is not it. Oh. It's like a multi-protocol? Is this it? No, it points the other way. What is going on? Oh, it's probably this one. That looks like it. Okay, question is, does it do S-Bus? Control F, where did my search go? Control F. Okay. S-B-U-S. No, it doesn't do S-Bus. Dang it, guys. Look at all the all the photos are the same. Yeah, this is kind of what scares me here. Go away. Go away. ELRS. Yeah. So it's gonna be, yeah, it's just like $100 for the cheapest radio. Oh, let me show you the problem. Let me show you the world. So this is a radio I bought years ago when I was into this. This is the, oh, come on. This is the Turnigy 9XR Pro. This was supposed to be my forever radio, and I bought this because it was a clone of a far more expensive radio, and I bought this for a lot cheaper. And so the deal is, you get this radio, and then you put in radio modules. This is a FlySky one. I have a FreeSky one. I have the orange for the DSM-X and DSM-2, the Spectrum ones. And I have, oh, Jesus, the FreeSky DJT module. So I have all sorts of protocol modules for it. I also have a multi-protocol module. So my multi-protocol module is based on a NRF24L01. So I actually am now wondering, okay, hang on a second here. I'm thinking. I'm trying to not spend as much. I need to get this off the ground, so to speak. Pretty literally, too. Okay, so I've got this multi-protocol module here. So that is a NRF24L01 and an ST Micro chip. Or no, it's an Atmel chip. Is this an Arduino? Yeah, it is. It's a Mega 328P. That's hilarious. So it's a Uno chip. So this would fit in the bay here. Not well, but it would fit in the bay there. Ooh, not well at all. But anyways, it goes in there, and that might actually work for me. So what I need to do now is figure out if I can use that radio. So if I could stop spending on this, that'd be phenomenal. Okay, so let's try AI because I don't want to parse a whole bunch of stuff. I'll send you there for a second. Continue with Google. Did that work? It did work. Okay. So, I am trying to build a drone in 2025. I have a 7-inch Mark IV frame. And I have a very old 9X Turnigy G9XR Pro, which is a 9X clone, which accepts JR modules. For that, I have a 4-in-1 multi-protocol module. What would be the best receiver to use with that? Preferably a receiver that can be wired up using PPM. So PPM is, it means you can, instead of having like one wire for every channel, okay, FlySky, let's try that. What is this worth? Okay, that's still big. That's a welcome deal, so I'll have to check. Servo Sense PPM. It can do PPM. What's the size? 47, 26, 15. Looking for my calipers. Can't find my calipers. Calipers, oh, here. I need to really clean up in here. Okay, so the biggest dimension is 47 millimeters. It's the same length as this. By 26.2. It's the same size as this. By 15. It's the same size. Okay, let's try again. FreeSky 8XR. Oh, I have that. Nope. Is there a very small PPM capable FreeSky or FlySky receiver? I have FreeSky DJT module and FlySky. What's the ACCST? AFHDS. AFHDS module I can use. Okay. FreeSky Micro D8. D8. Is that it? That's not bad. Has a tiny little antenna. Okay, that's it. That's an option at least. Micro D8. What else did you get? Oh, hello. That looks cheap. That might be the winner. I'll fly on FlySky protocol for now. This is 13 bucks. Adding it to cart as we speak. Well, I'm liking that. That might be our winner. That might be our winner. I think pretty happy with that. Okay, what else? FlySky FS whatever. What is going on here? That thing is tiny. Okay, so that's another option. Let's see, this one has like all the... So I might be going with a FlySky receiver. just because it's smaller. Okay, well, look, I still won't be able to fly it this weekend, even if I finish it, but at least I'll have an idea where I'm going now. All right, well, I guess back to the build then. So yeah, so I want to use this as much as I can. So that FlySky receiver or transmitter, so that goes in there. And then that'll work with my stuff, even though I did break my antenna a little bit. It's almost like that's on backwards. So, yeah, there we go. So that'll work for me. I really didn't want to upgrade this. I like this radio. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, like I know the layout by heart. I've flown it many a times. So, yeah. Okay, happy with that. That is good. I may have another FlySky receiver somewhere. Probably in my RC junk. Good to know. Put this stuff away. Okay, let's continue then on our journey. I do need to load up some batteries in the main camera. Move some stuff aside. I need to clean up in here. So much junk. Today is going to be not a super long stream, by the way. Just if you're expecting to be here for a long time. I need to get stuff done. I need to start cleaning the house a little bit because the weather is turning a little bit nicer. And once fishing season opens, the last thing I'm going to want to do is do cleaning, so I have to do it first. Just so you know. And it's going to be perfect because my wife's going to be out of the house today so that she doesn't feel guilted into cleaning because she works a lot more than I do. So I should be cleaning a lot more than she does. You know what I mean? Okay, so let's put this on here. And then we're going to run the wires. We're going to have to put little zip ties on here to hold it. We're going to use probably some tape eventually to hold it down. But I'm going to use little zip ties for now. Let's see. Cable management. Let's see. Really should have gone and bought some little zip ties, but I got these little guys in stock, so we'll use those first. Actually, and I do need these screws. And I'm just going to confirm that I can solder on the back side. So I want to solder on the underside. It does look like those pads are connected. That should be good to go. Okay, so I'm going to put this on. Probably won't fasten it in place because I have to run the wires underneath there. This is a little awkward. There needs to be some sort of stand for this, but it's not too bad. so. Trying to put stuff away without having an avalanche. Okay, oh, and I need my microphones. So that's good. All right, so battery goes in there. Like so. That can be over there, that's fine. Turn on the soldering iron. Okay, grab my microphones and my coffee. I forgot about my coffee. I don't like this antenna either. I might have to get a replacement lead because I don't know how that's going to work. I also really want it to be up here, so maybe we'll replace those bolts with longer bolts, but we'll see. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. Okay, live view. How much recording time do I have left? Doesn't say. I really should have transferred stuff off of it, but that's okay. Today's going to be a shorter stream, like I said. So we're gonna deal with it. Okay, plug that in. Put it on the thing. Clip this. We'll put the muff on first. There we go. Clip this onto me. There we go. That should work. Focus on the thing. All right, now I'm going to try to route the motor cables underneath the corner here and stick them out this way like that, and then solder it to the bottom of this. So I'm just going to route the cables sort of where they go, and I'm just going to temporarily hold them down with these little zip ties just to keep them neat and tidy. I might have a different solution for this in the future, but for now it just seems like the easiest way to do it is to use these little tiny zip ties. So there's one, and then that should go like that. Hopefully they don't cut over the carbon edges, but I did smooth them out a little bit. Okay, so these wires should come around town this way. And then I should be able to trim those up to fit and then go onto the speed controller. Sort of like that. So they'll be nice and tidy. And then I'll be able to solder them down on the bottom here, sort of like that, 1, 2, and 3. Don't know how I'm going to hold this, though, in orientation while I work on it, but that's a problem for 5 minutes from now me. I really want this, like, up. Need the soldering stand work? It's like it'll go on there, but that is not solid enough to solder on. Can't really capture the frame in these holders because there's nowhere to go. That's going to be a really tough bit of soldering. That is not obvious. I have no way to hold it. Like, what if I squeeze on the posts? It's very rickety. And the flight controller won't stay in orientation either. Like, there's nothing holding it in there. That's going to be non-ideal. Very much non-ideal. Well, we're going to try it anyways. I am very much aware that this could end in disaster, but I have this sort of balancing on my soldering stand here. I'm going to see if I can squeeze it a little bit harder on the springs. So yeah, it's balancing a little precariously there, and the plan is to trim these wires one at a time, and then strip them, probably with my thumbnail, because I don't really have a stripping tool that can get in there, and solder them onto the pads. Let's see how easily the pad accepts solder first. We do need to pre-tin this anyway. This is going to be very difficult to do because I have 2 cameras on me. So it does take solder pretty well. I think the easier solution is to solder this sort of with longer wires outside the frame, and then cable manage the wires inside the frame. But I think I'm going to go do it this way. I feel like as soon as I snip this, the wire's going to go, yeah, it's going to get lost in there. This is not going to cooperate. This is the shortest cable, obviously. So this one's going to be the hardest one to do. There we go. So I've stripped that. Morning, Mr. Ireland. So I'm going to pre-tin this. And let's see if we can get this soldered on. That is one successful one. Trying this one a little bit longer. Ouch. That's two. And there we go. That's all three wired up for motor 1, or whatever motor this is in the list. So there we go. And I'm going to do at least 2 more off camera and maybe bring you back for the last one. That was for YouTube, not for you guys. So yeah, here we are. Not my greatest soldering, but that wasn't the easiest to do either. So I figured I'd do the rest sort of off the main camera. Maybe I'll bring the YouTubers back for the last one. Okay, so run these wires. I guess I need to flip this over, so every time I'm going to have to undo this. That is insanely tight tolerances in there. So yeah, how are you guys? I was just saying earlier how my program is canceled this summer. So that's fun. Means I need to quell my spending a little bit. That's a good chunk of my income I was hoping on getting. And that's what you get when the province doesn't want to fund education through colleges. They want to fund it through private schools. So yeah, great fun. I hope so too, but let's just say I'm not holding my breath. But I appreciate the thought. I mean, it really sucks because I was hoping to go to OpenSauce this year, but I've canceled any and all thoughts of going to visit the States. So that's long gone. And then I was hoping, well, I need a more reliable car, so there's that. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. It's not really in the budget anymore. So that, and then when I canceled the thought of going to OpenSauce, then the wife and I were thinking of going down to Newfoundland. But that's a big time and money investment now. So we might just do little like kitschy camping trips locally instead, which is fine too. Like I'm not going to starve or anything, thankfully. So like things could be a lot worse, but that was a lot of work to do that is now not getting done. So essentially, I really need to get my crap together and put together an automotive channel, because as much as I love you, my electronics peoples, you guys are just not the majority of people on YouTube. You just don't, there's not a huge audience for it. There is an audience, but not a huge one. So, if I make car content, then not only will I be helping people that are in tough financial times fix their own crap, but I will reach a larger audience, and I believe with the same effort should achieve better success. So the plan is not to drop the electronics channel. The plan is to add a channel. What I do need to do though is increase my working hours. I need to work on YouTube way more than I have been. So, yeah. It's definitely not doom and gloom. Like, there could be worse things. It's just it's becoming more clear that I can't rely on outside sources like the colleges. I could also ask my boss for more hours at the mechanics shop, but the thing is to get out of there eventually, because my body won't be able to handle doing this forever. So the plan is to build a way out, if that makes any sense. Straighten that out. So I thought the teaching gig would be my way out. And I mean, it still could be. I'm not giving up. It's just not on the short term. So I have to invest in myself, you know? That's cool though. I do have like a ton of videos to do on stuff that I already have here. So it's not like I'll be lacking for content. I just need to stop procrastinating and somehow get my brain to work better. So there is that. That looks tidier already. I have to go with I'll go with the knife and cut the tails off all the all these zip ties. If you ever want to do yourself the biggest favor, you go over and you cut those tails off, because you will cut yourself on the untrimmed ends of a zip tie if you just cut it with a pair of snips. I'll show you. The flush cutters are pretty good. Okay, that didn't go well. I didn't organize these cables. So I'm planning, it's 9 now. I'm planning on going until like 10 or 10:30 today. And if I get some editing done today, my reward is tomorrow I will stream again. Because I really need to release videos now more than ever. All right, so that's good. Let's flush and lift this. Put those wires through. Where are they? 1, 2, 3. And pop this back together. Get in there. I'm really regretting a 7-inch drone, though, I have to say. I really wish I would have gone up to the 10-inch right off the bat. That would have been the most logical thing to do. All right, so especially since there's no, like the cost increase is negligible. It like truly is like roughly the same price. And you get a little bit more room to work with, and you get to lift heavier objects if that's what you're into. All right, let's pre-tin these spots. My goal is to fly a GoPro around, get some footage for you guys. Ideally, I would like my wife to learn to fly. She needs her pilot's license too, though. So she can fly the drone while I have the snow speeder out or something. I don't know if she's interested in that. I didn't ask her. that would be my, it'd be cool if you did. Get her a Red Bull. Okay, so let's cut this. I'm going to cut it a little bit longer than I did the other one. I do have a bit of space underneath. My goal was to try to reduce weight, but I also have to increase sanity. So there's more than just weight. There we go. There's also a new webcam I'd like to get for you guys. Obviously, it comes with the bad news of my work being, me being unable to work this summer, but it would be for you guys, for the live stream audience. So Insta360, I've always been saying, like, there's so many good camera sensors out there. Why are webcams using crappy ones from like years and years ago? And now I see Insta360 has made a better webcam. Sanity is overrated. The only thing is, it's $200. Everything you want to do, photography, videography wise, so friggin' expensive. Oh yeah, and it's tax season, and PCBWay hasn't paid my last invoice. So I'm not sure what's going on there. I see that my PCBWay contact seems to be on vacation. So maybe that's the issue. But I do want to get one more PCBWay video filmed, one for this month. So when I pay my taxes, I'll get a little bit of money coming back into my account. Because when you're self-employed, you don't, like, money doesn't, like, you don't pay taxes as you go unless you make over a certain amount of money, and trust me, I am way below that. So you essentially have to pay like 35 to 40% of all of the money you brought in. So that includes YouTube, sponsorships, affiliate links, everything. Oop. So since I work 3 jobs, 2 of them are taking money away already. So there's that. But this working YouTube is self-employment. So there's none that's taken away from that. So I have to pay all that by April 30th. And I don't, whatever, paying is whatever. I know that's coming. The worst part is going through all my expenses. Sometimes you go through like so much paperwork. And then, like, because what I do is I put all my numbers in without my expenses, put all my income in. And then that gives me sort of like an idea what the worst case scenario is, because it doesn't count my expenses. My expenses aren't counted yet. Oh yeah, I knew that would break off. Wasn't soldered enough. So I get the worst case scenario, and then I go through all my expenses one by one by one, and every category I have, I enter it in as an expense one at a time. And so you get to a point where you're like, okay, let's go through all the paperwork for AliExpress, and then you like put your expenses in for AliExpress, and then it, when you put, you know, it's like so much work because they don't have like a real good system for tracking. So you do all that work, and then in the end it lowers your tax burden by like $200 or something. It's like, thanks. That didn't even move the needle. There we go, that's done. Hopefully it doesn't short on the carbon fiber. All right, pre-tin this side. We will likely be able to flip the rotation of the motors in software. So I'm not worried which wire gets soldered where, just that all the motors are soldered to their own channel. Let's see if I can just shove this in here for a moment. I have to say, it is nice having this compact stack that everything is all in, but it is a lot smaller to work on. Okay, good. I think that's good. Kind of shove these to the side. And here we go. These are like very cheap pliers, but they're normally closed pliers, so it really helps. And thankfully this is all silicone wire, so I can strip it with my fingernails. Ouch. Okay. So we can get that in there. Not my best bit of soldering. But doing stuff on camera is a lot harder. Mind you, I'm doing less and less stuff off camera these days. So I guess that excuse could only carry you so far. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream. Even though staring at me from the distance, doing this is probably not the most entertainment. There we go. Ouch. There we go. Let's see if I can do something different. If I can line up the wire by pressing it from the bottom like that, like clamping it onto the board. That seems to have worked. We are learning new techniques. Oh, that was a bad strip. And trim it a little bit further. Don't want it to be a lot of stick out. Oh, this wire is a bit short. I have regrets. It might have to overlap the other wires a little bit. How do I get in there? Oh, I knocked my camera. Should have taken a photo of this kit before you desolder it. Board was nasty. Oh, interesting. By the way, what's your website going to be, Adam? Only your novels are online. Okay. Are you a published author? Like, is it just like written in HTML on a website, or do you like have a publication? Like, I know you have the how-tos, right? The computer books. Are those published? Two published novels. Very nice. Published under Adam Bryant. I've done a bit of writing, but it's never amounted to anything. I haven't finished anything. How-tos are not published. Gotcha. Hey, Johnny. Welcome to the stream. Just a warning, I probably won't be on for much longer. Not feeling it today, because I have reminisced on the fact that my program is canceled again this year, so I made myself sad. So there's that. That's one. Oh, that was bad. It slid out from underneath. Gotta kind of push that. Oh, that's hot. Push that underneath there. Oops. Line this up with a screw. Oh no. Wow, that flicked hot solder somewhere and it may have landed in my coffee mug. That would be hilarious. I don't know, it's clanging on the porcelain, so I don't know if it's also clanging on a bit of lead. All right, last one. And we'll see how far we can get, you know, between now and 10 o'clock. But after that, I might just go eat some food, which might be stress eating, might not be. And then I'll see if I can edit down some stuff. Probably have to look up subject for the next podcast because I think it's going to be another solo one. I didn't have the chance to reach out to anybody. Good, that's done. So all four are done. So let me clean this up. I always keep these little bits of wire. Old electronic learning kits for a subject and how things have changed. Yeah, could do that. If I spend today and tomorrow recording videos, I will have stuff to talk about. That's why recording is nicer than editing, because when I record stuff, I can chat about like my process of recording stuff. So who knows? Look, I have to do housework, but I might come back on the live tomorrow, and we can record a whole bunch of stuff together, so that I'll have more stuff to talk about when I do the podcast. Probably record it Tuesday. All right, so let's do the piece to camera. That is done, but I think if I were to do it again in the future, I would probably bring the wires, from the top. That would be a lot less work than stacking them up like this. Also, I probably would give myself a little bit more wire length in order to make it a little bit easier. So I did make things harder on myself, but it is really cool to have it all tucked in like that. I mean, it does look good, right? So I'm happy about that. Just, if you're not into soldering cool looking things, then maybe go out for the top. So the next couple things to do is we need to arrange the flight controller, which is this one here. This is, I believe, an F405. And the front is this way, and so you stack this up like so. And now with the flight controller, I should have a little harness to connect the speed controller to the flight controller. Which I believe is this one. Not 100% sure. It's been a little bit since I've unboxed this. Might be easier to lift out the whole thing. Well, whether it is or it is not, it does fit. Like this, and I believe you can then tuck the wires in. So if you lift the flight controller off, I believe you can tuck the wires in underneath like this, and then put this stack together. So that's kind of tucked in. And then should have some plastic nuts in order to put on top. So these plastic nuts, they go on here. And the goal is to put some tension on the stack, but not too much. And there we go. So I'll probably go around and tighten up those nuts a little bit more than what they are now, but not too much. But that's kind of like what our stack is looking like at the moment. So sort of all wired up. The main components are wired up. In fact, I believe at this point you can start and do your configuration on Betaflight, but I think I want to figure out my receiver and the video transmitter before we go on any further. There we go. Done. That looks good. It looks like a good stack. Like, look at that. Might go and give these things a little nudge. There we go. So that looks very cool. I still have a little vertical space here before I run into the very top. So, you know, in principle, I should be able to fit the video transmitter, but if I do, it'll be extremely tight. I don't even know where I put my video transmitter. Oh, here. Because this is a fat boy. Look at the size of this thing. So it does fit there, but I do have another spot for it underneath here. I would just need to space it out a little bit, but it could fit there. Camera would need to come from somewhere. I don't know, from over here. Maybe the camera plugs into here. It says T2 R2 5 volts and ground. And this says T2 ground T5 R5 ground SB. I don't know. I think the receiver will solder onto these pads over here. It does look clean, doesn't it? Oh yeah, and as I was telling you guys, always to stop yourself getting cut, you should always go onto these knuckles here and cut the tag ends. Just shave them flush until it doesn't hurt your finger to go over them. The flush cutters do a pretty good job, but a regular set of dikes, like diagonal cutters, like electricians use and mechanics use, they're horrible. You will cut yourself open on zip ties every single time. You can also go, if you're nervous with a blade, you can just go with a piece of sandpaper, or like those sanding sticks for your nails, like nail files, but the sandpaper style. There we go. That looks good. It looks a lot cleaner than I was expecting it to look. Looks really nice with the props on. It's gonna look insane. Like, look at this shit. Now the props aren't all gonna be going in the correct direction here. I'm just putting them on for demonstration's sake. But yeah, 3-bladed. There's like some goobers in there. Get out of there. 3-bladed 10-inch props, or 7-inch props. That is insane. Hi James, how are you? You've come at exactly the wrong time, because I'm pretty much going to be ending stream soon. But look at that. That's going to be ridiculous. And then we put the top on like so. Oh, this is going to be tight. Tight, tight, tight. So yeah, battery sits on top here. That is going to be ridiculous. That is going to shred fingers, my friend. And then the camera mounts go up front there, like so. Yes, you do what? Oh, worry when he uses knives. Gotcha. Yeah, just like that. So, yeah, this is pretty. I mean, I think it's gonna be great fun. Let's see how much room we have between the top and the bottom. I don't know. Oh, if I fit the video transmitter in there, it will be extremely tight. I don't think it'll fit. I think I would need longer posts. So it does need to go back here. So essentially, I will be stuck using ELRS or that really small FlySky receiver with the antenna hanging out the back. So yeah, this will have to go here, back here, like so. And then this will have to spin around town like that and hook into here. And then the antenna goes there. That means this wire will have to go up and around. So this is for the receiver. So this will have to solder onto something. Bugger, that little project failed. This will plug in like this. There we go. I'll need little standoffs to fit it on there. And then these will have to solder either to here, or it seems like I have this, but I think that might be for the camera. It goes here. So I think it's for the camera, so I'll have to solder onto here somewhere. Let's go look at the listing. Let's see. Screen. So F405 flight controller. This is pretty much what I've got. Okay, so nope, not quite what I've got, but it's okay. I'll give us an idea. So GPS, no. Okay, here. So yeah, 4 wires are going to be wired to that little guy there. Let's see if we can find another one closer to what I have. This one maybe. Nope. Huh, can't really find the flight controller I have. Maybe I need to go straight into my orders and just go find the kit that I have and then link it. So this is what I ordered. And don't mind the price. This, you can get this price if you're just, like if you're just signing up for AliExpress for the first time. And I got this one with the 2.5 watt. Wondering if the other one would have been better. Anyways, so just gonna go look at the flight controller. So the rubber goes there. F4, F405 has OSD, so definitely the camera connects to the board. Here we go. This is the one I have. So the camera, it goes across from the USB port. So essentially, so it goes ground 9 volts. That's weird. VTX and T5. And then there's ground 5 volts cam R4 and T4. So it'll go there. And then Subi MPP. So they'll do either S-Bus. Oh yeah, so yeah, the PPM is going to be at the S-Bus connection there. So yeah, I'm going to solder. So it's across. Let's go see what it looks like. Across from the USB, there should be markings on there. So yeah, there are. Oh, I'm like smashing my camera lens. It's too big. Here, let me take the prop off. So it should be across just on this side here. So this is where we're soldering. So we're going to, essentially we're going to have to either print or find some standoffs here to fit this guy there. This will solder up here, right, and then be tucked away under there somewhere. And then this will come up here and be connected to there. In fact, I'll just undo this. My God, this is not easy to take off. Ugh. So we can put that on already. And then I'll have to glue or something, my radio transmitter will have to be like on top here or something, because there's like no room unless I like glue it on top of there. Yeah, so this should go in here, and then washer, lock washer, and nut. So that'll be essentially tied to there, and then that'll go like here. Have to come out the back. Have to loop, it'll have to loop out the back and back, and then this will have to come up like this, or the battery loop will probably be like this way. And then, yeah, so my receiver will probably have to be taped on the underside here on top of this, essentially. Wow, that is going to be a tight build. So although this is a much bigger drone, than the ZMR. The ZMR had a lot more space. Look at the height. Look at the height in the ZMR. And look at the height on this Mark IV frame. Like, the ZMR is twice the height and still uses external battery on the top. That is going to be crazy to fly. This thing's going to be a monster. Much higher proportion of this is going to be rotor. That is crazy. So yeah, I'm going to solder. This is all the video transmission stuff over on this side. And then the receiver stuff is like here. RSSI? No. Where does it go? S-Bus over there. Wow, I'm going to have to solder to these tiny little things. Replace the bits of frame with custom cut PCBs that route. Yeah, you can. So the ZMR, you don't want to, but you can. Here, the ZMR, the plate underneath it, so the plate actually has wires going to it. It's a PCB. They stopped doing this. The reason is, it's heavier than carbon fiber. This is all carbon. This is fiberglass, so it's heavier, and B, in an impact, the traces can crack. And the point of a racing drone is to just pick it up, you know, shake the dust off of it, and go back to flying. So yeah, this is my shitty soldering from back in the day. This thing, it was a fun build though. This is a tight build. I also find it fun, right? It's not like it, I don't hate it, but everything is so tight. And since I didn't like min-max my part selection, like if I would just go spend the extra $250 for ELRS or whatever, then I would be better off. But because my part selection isn't ideal, this is becoming quite tight. JLC can be convinced to do carbon fiber PCB. That would be difficult. Not impossible, but difficult. But I think like it's so tightly integrated. Like the only thing that really has length is the wires. That's the only really thing. Everything else is on this stack. And you know, like obviously you got 5 wires here for your transmitter, and then you've got a couple of wires for your camera. And that's it. You got like one. Looks like you got three wires for your camera, and yeah, that's it. Oh, hey, Franco. Oh, I didn't see you. How's it going, Franco? I'm just finishing the stream, which sucks because now everyone's here. I'm finishing the stream because I talked about the fact that my program got canceled, and I'm making myself sad, so not in a very entertaining mood. So yeah, probably going to be ending very, very shortly. But yeah, the other thing is I'm going to need to get some spacers to fit this properly on here. Oh, that's going to be tight too. That's going to fit tightly there, and then this cap is going to be like tight down as well. You know what? I might just zip tie this in place. I don't think I need to secure this. It can be sitting on the heatsink, I mean, it's so tight in there right now. And then I just run the wires this way. Like so. And then solder them onto the bits like this way. I might just zip tie this. In fact, I'm gonna just zip tie it now. Yeah, it's all good, Franco. It's fine. It's kind of the political climate we have here to not invest in schools. There's 2 provinces in Canada that are sort of anti-education right now, and I live in one of them. So it is what it is. Nothing I can do about it. You know, it just is what it is. The thing is, don't forget that this is also my fault for not having made more videos while I had the chance. So, because, you know, with more videos comes potential sponsorship opportunities and stuff like that. So, if I would have been a bit more responsible with my time, you know, who knows, maybe I could have had 5,000 more subscribers. So it is completely in my hand to make more videos. So I need to just make more videos. Need to make more videos, which could bring more sponsorships, which will bring more people, which could bring more opportunity. So the best time to start a YouTube channel was 10 years ago. The next best time is now. So I'm gonna have to get at it. Yeah, I was gonna say if Canada joins the EU, but you guys aren't part of the EU. And I know that's a sore point for a lot of Brits. Because there has been talks of Canada joining the EU. I don't know if it's going to happen, but we do need reliable trade partners. There we go. 4 zip ties. I don't think that's going to fail. And if one breaks, we'll just put another one on. There we go. I know, you left the EU. But my English is not British English either. So it's not ideal. But hey, I would take it. Come live in jolly old England. Is jolly. There we go. So you can solder these on next stream, and then camera, and then receiver, and we're good. There's more than 3 British English. I'm not getting into politics, but I do know a lot of the stuff that spawned Brexit was all propaganda. It was thinly veiled racism. Definitely. There we go. 3 main and many dialects. Okay. So with the VTX in there, the only thing that's difficult is this antenna, which is like not in a good spot. Here, we'll do a dry fit for you guys. Have a good one, Adam. Thanks for being here. We'll do a dry fit because it'll also take less space putting stuff away. See. Oh my God, everything is so tightly integrated. I really wish I would have went with a 10-inch, but that's okay. The thing is, I'll crash this thing. I will definitely crash this thing. And so it'll survive better than a 10-inch if I crash it. But I was hoping to hook up a payload dropping system, and I don't know if I'll be able to. I mean, it should have plenty of power. All right, here we go. So yeah, we're gonna have barely enough room to fit a receiver on top here. Barely. And then this guy, I should barely be able to hook that in there. I might have to go around this post, but I don't really want to. That's going to be a tight fit. This antenna is going to be a very tight fit. Come on, get in there. That's going to be hard to get in there. Probably have to twist it, sort of like that. And plug it in. I'm staying out of it. All I know is that if you have to spell GIF differently to get people to understand that you mean the different sound, then you're probably saying it wrong. Just saying. Trying to get this little pigtail in there. Get in there. In. Yeah, they didn't really think this through. I do know there's a 3D printed part that goes in on the back end here. I might print some parts today because it's the weekend, so electricity is a bit cheaper. So I might print some parts to go in there. Get in there. But anyways, you guys get the point. So that goes like that. And so that would hook up to the battery. Battery is a service loop back there. These guys will be soldered onto here. Camera is going to be soldered onto there. And that will be that'll be the drone. What do you guys think? It's pretty clean. It's not very heavy. Oh yeah, I need to buy a 6-cell battery. That is going to be painful. They're like $50. Oh, all right. Enough controversy. So if I get enough stuff done today, I'll be back tomorrow. We probably won't be doing this tomorrow. We'll probably be filming another PCBWay video. And there's a couple other videos that I want to film. So the point is today I want to do housework. And so that means, you know, doing dishes, cleaning, all that kind of stuff. That's today. And then, yeah, if that's done, then tomorrow I'll be here for another stream. So check out the channel tonight. If you see something scheduled for tomorrow, that means I got it done. So thank you everyone for being here. I'm going to go have some food and listen to some music for a little while. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you all.